no time for all you radicals. Screw your status quo, we're not animals. I won't kneel for the anthem, cause the flag is what I'm standing for. In America, your freedom ain't free. In America, got soldiers dying overseas. So America, you say what we believe. My America, I won't ever take a knee. Our freedom is the reason you can disrespect our flag. If my stars and stripes offend you, then I'll help you back your bags. America.
Hey, America. That's right. You're not imagining things. You're finally seeing the truth. Don't die over here. Sorry. It's your friendly neighborhood weirded beardo.
You haven't done this in a while.
Yeah, I know, right? This is your friendly neighborhood bearded weirdo coming at you loud and proud as I always do. And with this magnificence upon my face. And right here, to my left.
You sure?
Yes.
You sure?
To my left. Don't look at that. To my left.
No, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at you. Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay.
To my left is my brother, my compadre, the one, the only, Pastor Gary Podolzik. How are you doing today, brother?
We're alive.
Yeah, right? We are alive.
And no. I mean,
we're live.
This is part of the new presentation here.
Yes, a little bit of a new presentation. We are live. We are on YouTube. Yes, we will still be on our audio areas that we have been in the past.
Yeah.
I will still upload this to Rumble, but I also want to make mention of somebody else who also has a microphone. He doesn't have his pretty face on the camera, but he is our producer, and that is another great friend.
He's got the face
Steve Cattell.
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
He's got the face for audio.
I do. I have the face for radio and a voice for print. So I'm very, very grateful and very thankful. Just be with us and just be nice, be kind. This is new.
Yes,
all the technology we have is new. So just hang tight.
And just like everybody else will say, we appreciate the you hit the subscription bell, right? Because
we need to
hit so we're gonna get this out of the way.
Yes,
I'll help you.
Yes,
because I know this a little bit more maybe than you. But he's gonna try to get us banned off of YouTube. But before we get banned off of YouTube, if you want to follow us, you can follow, you can like, you can subscribe, and all those things help. They will help get us into the
link tree is in the subscription. So, or in the description. Sorry,
he can't English.
This in the description. See, I haven't done this for 3 months and 1 week.
You're like sucking your thumb like Brandon.
Yes. All right.
His brain turned to Brandon's brain.
Right.
You want to smell my hair? You want to smell my hair?
So anyway, in this episode, since we've been gone in other apocalyptic stories, we're going to talk about a few things. This isn't going to be a very long episode because we wanted to test out the new technology, the new cameras, everything else. We wanted to get it running well. So this is kind of just a quick jumping into the puddle. It is a little later than we would normally be doing this, but
so our normal time would be, what would we say? Like tune in around
anywhere between 7:30, 8:30. We're
7:30, 8:30 p.m. Yeah, because you do drive truck. So let's be clear, everybody, he's usually got a.
Tonight has been the hassle of figuring out all this stuff, and the reason why we haven't been figuring this out during the 3.5 months that we've been gone.
You're telling your Noah story.
June 6th. I was driving to work. I don't remember what day of the week it was, but I was driving to work. I was doing fine, and had this individual. I don't know if it was male or female, but had an individual that decided to make an illegal left turn, hit my car, total it, and run away. So that wasn't too bad. I mean, I had money in the bank account. I went and got a car and thought the car was a good car and thought it only had minor issues. And
a 20-year-old car.
The car before it was older than 20. No, the car before that was older than that.
I'm sorry. I literally feel like this is the perfect opportunity for them stupid reels that my wife watches, and nothing can go wrong. Oh no!
So anyway, I bought said car, and after buying said car, my mechanic, well, actually my dad's mechanic, who is a great, great guy, but he is like 83 years old. And it took him, actually he's not 83, he's like 70-something. But either way.
That's a big difference.
Not really. I don't really remember now. He could have been 83. I don't know. Master mechanic, yes. Very, very slow moving. There was a lot of issues basically through digging through all the issues. It was found out that whoever was working on it for the previous owner was sabotaging parts, so that, so anyway, it basically took 3 months for me to get my car up and running. A lot of people had to give me rides. A lot of people had to be gracious and patient, and he was one of them. No, I do not like Lyft. It's highway robbery, but it's, got to use it sometimes if you gotta.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was a stretching time. It was such a long time.
But we're back.
But we made it through. And so because of that, I'm the one that owns all the hardware. And if I can't make it to where we do the podcast,
you don't own the hardware. You own actually the software.
Well, I own the hardware. Too.
No, I mean, but the software was the important part.
That's it. But in order for us to work out the bugs of the software, somebody who is better with computers than I am needed to be holding the hardware. So anyway, and I suck at computers.
Everybody, logistics.
And I suck at computers. Listen, the fact that up until now, everything has gone the way it has with this podcast and has sounded as good as it has is not because I know what I'm doing. It is because I've been very fortunate to find apps and other things that have taught me what to do and have made things very easy. This jump into where we are now, not at all easy. And nobody can make it easy.
Really? You don't think this was kind of easy?
Okay, it is. It is what? 10:26, and I've been here since 6:30.
You don't have to tell them how long we were working on it.
Now you made it sound really bad.
Okay.
Well, to be clear, you have a redneck Luddite working with technology.
Yep.
It's almost comical. I thought he was going to start banging on things with a hammer, folks. I really did.
The next option.
He's going to get his 12-inch long Bowie knife and try to undo the camera.
What stops me from hitting this computer? You know what stops me from hitting my computer with a hammer? Even though I really, really want to.
How much it costs?
$1,500. Okay, for a gaming computer, just so I could run editing software that wouldn't melt the keyboard, because every other computer out there would overheat from the editing software.
Well, listen, brother, I'm going to slow you down.
All right.
No,
the guy who hit me already did that once.
Stop. Here we go. We are back, folks, and I think it's appropriate. Story aside, he's good. No injuries. Thank God.
Yeah, no, walked away
perfectly
First
fine.
time I ever had airbags deploy.
Wait, they had airbags in that car?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Shut up. First time I ever had airbags deploy, and they didn't hit me. That's the one thing. Like you always watch the videos. The dummy hits it, bounces off. No, my seatbelt actually held me, and I really wasn't going that fast.
You have the worst airbag story in the history of mankind.
Okay, but you know what's the worst part about besides the fact that it's disorienting, okay, the worst thing about the airbags deploying is that powder that comes out with it.
That's what I'm talking about.
I almost died.
It
I
smells.
almost died on the powder from the airbag. I'm like,
Did you know this story?
I think I do remember this story.
This is like, my gosh, this is so long ago.
Not only does it smell horrible, but you can't see anything.
No, it's terrible. Me and of course Steve, who was the victim of this entire incident. We're driving down the road, a little rainy, a little wet, and my tires locked up, and I must have been going, like, no lie, just probably 5 miles an hour, because it was like a sharp bend. It was like a sharp bend coming up. We were already slowing down. We're slowing down, and all of a sudden it just locked up, and I just started coasting. And I'm like, oh my gosh, my brakes locked up. I can't turn. So I'm like, he's like, oh, just keep gliding. You're gonna glide right into this like driveway. And it would have been perfect, because it would have glided into the driveway. The slope of the driveway would have slowed my car down. That would have been fine. Everything would have been fine.
Yeah.
Well, as I'm getting closer and closer, this truck just pulls right in front of me, and I literally just bumped into the back of his tire. When I'm not joking, There was no damage to my car.
There was none.
No damage to the front end of the car. No damage to his truck.
Nothing.
But there was enough of an impact of my car into his truck to lock his axle on his back tire. So his truck was done. It couldn't move because his back axle was locked. No front damage to my car, right? So we both like hit the guy's car. We're like, oh crap. Boom, boom.
We're like, well, that was unfortunate.
Shattered my front windshield. Both me and him are in deafening, blinding smoke, and his eardrums are like completely. And it was just like the most uncalled for explosion of airbags ever in the history of mankind.
No reason.
It was like literally like everything you could imagine on like a cartoon. Like, oh, a fly lands on your car. Oh, that's cool. Boom.
Oh man.
Yeah, airbags suck. They just do.
Airbags suck. I walked away from it. The only thing I got one little rub burn on the inside of my arm from holding the steering wheel, and that was it. Okay, so that was great. But there's been a lot of other apocalyptic-esque stories that have gone on for the last 3 years.
Dude, you know that's amazing though. So you said June, right?
Yeah, I missed. We missed June. So many things that we September.
That's 3 months, folks. 3 months.
And what we are going to talk about a little bit, just little things we're
going
to talk about, have all happened in the last 3 months. Because I'm telling you right now, with all these things that we can mention, joke around about, whatever, that have happened in the last 3.5 months, we would have talked about them as they were happening per our schedule.
Yeah. Well, like we basically script out our schedule. We leave room usually around the summer for
because current
event
news,
things like that and everything like that. But then we start building up for obviously like September moving forward because this is an important election year.
Yeah.
So usually we want to kind of save room for all of that stuff coming in to make room to kind of talk about what the importance of all the stuff is. But for the last 3 months. All of this stuff went down in 3 months. And here's the fascinating part. The good things that happened, which are really important, I think we should hit those first. Really awesome good things happened. But the bad things that happened, like people wake up. It was 3 months.
Oh,
just in 3 months. Well, if you think about this, we're going to have another at least we got another 4 or 5 months. 4 or 5 months before the end of the year, and then another 2 years. So another 2 years and 4 months of this garbage. Every 3 months expected to escalate.
The continued saga of the P-pad and knee-pad administration.
That is my bulletin point.
But the gas got better, guys.
It's still not below $2.
Right. First of all,
you get no credit for raising it to $6 and getting it to $4. You don't get any credit for that.
No, dude. Up in North Jersey, I was in Carteret today. Okay, $3.50.
Yeah, you still don't get credit for that. To me, it is still technically $1.50 too high.
Oh, I agree.
That's it.
We were down to $2.
So
my about that, people. So 2 years ago,
if Brandon wants to get behind the mic and tell us about how good he's doing because the gas prices are lower, I'm gonna go. You still got $1.50 left to go.
They rate. See,
you're not there yet, bro.
Has anybody out there ever? You pitch an idea to somebody. Like, all right, think about growing up. You go to your mom. Hey, mom. Can I have $100 so I can go get this? No.
Pair of sneakers.
You can't have that. So then you go,
that's right.
Wait, but could I have $20 to go with my friends to the mall? And you get that.
No.
Why? Well, no. $20
wouldn't get him to the mall.
Well,
$20 wouldn't get him a Snickers bar.
What we're talking about nowadays.
We're talking about one of the three things that happened. One of the things that happened over the course of these 3 months is the fact that everything in the food store costs more. A lot more.
No, don't you like the price of Unity?
No, I don't like paying $25 for corn.
Corn?
Yeah, the big lump of knobs. It has the juice. Sorry, I had to. I'm sorry.
So anyway, first things that happened in June. All right,
are we going good first?
No, we're gonna go good.
Go with the good.
We had these. We had some heroic actions taken by the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Right. Number one, the first thing that I never, ever thought that I would see in my lifetime, Roe v. Wade, gone.
Overturned. And to be clear, so there's
no abortion is not illegal.
Thank you. It is not illegal to have an abortion. All they did, Roe v. Wade was wrong because it took states' responsibilities and gave it to the federal government to determine. States have the right to write their own laws. Therefore, now Roe v. Wade shifted it back to the state. So if you live in a blue state like the lovely state of New Jersey, you can still have an abortion.
Shoot, even if you live in, say, Texas, and let's just say you are having one of these complicated births where the baby is connected inside the fallopian tube instead in the womb where it should be, and it could kill the parent. That is considered a medical emergency.
Medically necessary.
And therefore necessary, and therefore you can get it. What you can't get is, I decided to how do I want to put this?
I had sexual relations with many other people, and I got knocked up. But I don't want the baby because I still want to go and have more partners because I can't have them if I'm pregnant. So can you get this thing out of me so I can go have more partners? That reason?
Yes, that reason.
Oh, okay. You could have said whore, and that would have been perfectly fine.
You can't go to the fetish.
Look, it's a biblical term, and I will allow it.
What, a whore?
Yes.
A whore?
A whore. Whore is a biblical term. I will allow it. It's appropriate.
A prostitute.
Prostitute, sure, that works too. You can do that too. But I'm just saying, these are all, look, legitimately, if you live in a state where abortions are still legal, and you know that's your thing, fine, whatever. You can. Oh Lord, we should not see this. This is not good.
No, because I know what he's trying to do. He's going to be putting them in the. Okay, we can see the screen. We have a screen now.
But this is bad. We shouldn't see it. It's not okay.
Because we have screens now.
It's not good.
And we can see what he's doing.
It's not good.
Now, granted, this is also that later we can get guests. But we can see what videos he's trying to add to this program in order to put them into the video with us. And yes, he can do it.
Yeah, don't do it, please.
And he's trying to figure it out. That could be for another show.
He already figured it out. Don't worry about it. It's just a matter of time. Look, anyway, the point is that Roe v. Wade was overturned. What does that mean for that? What does that mean for the United States? What it means is now there states that don't want to have that legal
the laws concerning abortion in your state. Then you got two options, or three options actually. First option: sit down, shut up, deal with it. Number two. You can leave that state and go to a state that has better laws that you would like.
Yep.
And number three, not really a good, you can try to get a bunch of people in red states to vote in somebody that you want to create the laws that you want.
Hey, power to the people.
Yep.
Right.
It goes to the people.
That's the way it should be.
And then, see, my personal favorite, as much as I love the Roe v. Wade, I mean, that was just a giant duh for the last 50 years. It was just finally got overturned. Because, I mean, even the great RBG said that Roe v. Wade was
bad precedent
and should have never been done that way.
Yep.
So, but anyway, then the great New York, New Jersey, and other states retarded that have similar gun laws. That got overturned, and see what we've had in New Jersey and what New York also has is that, and for those of you in other states that don't have this, that are now all of a sudden going to look at us as shocked. Mm-hmm. If you wanted to get a gun, you could get a gun. You could buy a gun. You could have it in your house. You had to properly store it. If you wanted to go to the gun range, there was retarded things you had to do. I'm sorry, stupid things. I have a feeling that R word is going to get me banned. And no, I do not mean somebody that has a mental
people that make dumb decisions.
This is, if you have all your faculties in your head and you still make dumb decisions, that's where you are. See Christopher Titus and his explanation. Anyway, so what we have here is that, like, you couldn't get well, technically in the state of New Jersey, you could get a concealed carry. But if you asked for it, you had to give a special reason.
Not likely.
Beyond what the reason, it's my Second Amendment.
I would just like to carry. Period.
Yeah.
I don't want to conceal it. What's concealing it do? Look, I firmly believe if you walk into a grocery store and you're like, oh, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to rob the joint. And you walk in the door with your little mask in your hands and you walk past two dudes who are standing right in front of you with pieces on their hips, guess what you're probably not going to do? You're probably going to not rob that place. You want to know why? Because both those guys are probably going to go, ooh, Target.
Yep. So now
he's moving.
Now they've done it partially right, because the first thing they said is that law was illegal, unconstitutional.
It is unconstitutional.
That the Second Amendment is not a third-class law or a third-class right, which means that it's just as important as the right to free speech, so therefore we should have it. Now, if we can just to get them to go a little bit further when it comes to that talking point, right. Number one, they need to state this, and it says in the Constitution, I believe it's the 10th Amendment, where it says that anything that is not enumerated in the Constitution is up to the states. Guess what? Being that the fact that the Second Amendment is in the Constitution, that means it's enumerated, which means the states don't get to say crap, and neither does the federal government.
Right. This is where the ability of a state that can write a constitution and then write a constitutional amendment that is in opposition to the original Constitution is considered an unconstitutional.
And therefore, look at the words of keep and bear arms, which means it is mine.
What about shall not be infringed upon?
Well, wait.
Let's start with that one.
Well,
that's the easier one to understand.
Keep and bear arms. What does keep and bear arms means? It means it is mine. I own it,
and then
I will keep it. And bear arms means I will keep it on my possession at all times. It means I can take it wherever I may roam.
No, that's not it. I can't just claw your face off with my bare arms.
You're not Zangief.
I can't just claw your face off with my bare arms.
No.
Come on, why not?
No, because you don't have bare arms.
I want them.
No. Yeah. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, and then of course the whole shall not be infringed, which means you don't get to do jack crap about it. And if you don't like it,
and look,
go to Cuba.
Look, the Supreme Court did a lot of good things, also in line with like the prayer thing with the guy.
Oh, that was fantastic!
Fantastic. There's just
there was a lot done. There was some things I would have liked to have seen.
What did you think? You thought I was joking. I'm not joking. Bear arms is a real thing.
Look at this. He's already starting to figure.
So here's the thing.
God, good thing he doesn't have a button thing with sound effects.
He does. Yet. Here's the deal. Supreme Court, good, right?
Yeah.
Other good thing that we didn't write down on the notes, but it is very good.
What's that?
I have to bring this up.
What's that?
Is how a state, well, it's not a state, but a district like Washington, D.C., and states like this lovely garbage hole and New York. Well, New York is really the one, because New York, we are a sanctuary city. We are sanctuary. Okay.
So wait,
we will let all illegal immigrants come in here. See, the problem with New York dubbing themselves a sanctuary city is that they are not. And DC, you know what the problem is?
They weren't getting any.
They're not. Well,
they're not a border town.
They're not a border town, so they don't really have this problem of illegal immigrants jumping across the fence that's right on the border of, let's say, I don't know, Texas and Mexico. So I want to give can we take a moment and just give a good round of applause? Round of applause. Thank you.
For Governor Greg Abbott.
To Governor Greg Abbott, because Governor Greg Abbott got on his podium and he said, look, if you're not going to do anything to stop the immigration from happening and coming into my town, into our towns and in our state, we are going to work a deal with the bus companies in Texas
and send them to you.
To send them to this.
And now they're crying.
Okay, so 10,000.
Well, it's been more than that.
10,000 plus have been showing up in the state of New York
and DC,
and they're complaining
that they don't have the infrastructure to do this.
We can't handle all these immigrants coming into our. Oh, really? You can't handle it? Oh, so laws for thee, but not for me, right? So now it's a problem because it's actually on your doorstep. This is one of the things that needs to happen. And I'm sorry, Republicans have been taking the high road.
Greg Abbott is a bit of a rhino.
We're not going to punch down.
Right thing.
You hear these. We're taking the high road. We're not punching down. You know what? No. Now you need to.
No. Now you need to do it.
Because here's the thing: if you don't do things like this, then the reality of it is that those communities that think that this is okay. Excuse me. Think about it. If you're a citizen in New York City, well, God forbid if you still are, because if you didn't get out of that dumpster fire back when COVID was happening, I don't know what you were doing. But if you did stick around, You are now feeling what your dumb governor and all the mayoral people who decided this is what's best for you actually meant. Now you're actually feeling it. See, it's all great when it's pomp and circumstance and you can parade around going, look how morally great we are. Look how great we are. We care about illegal immigrants. We care about immigrants coming in. All of them can come in legal. It doesn't matter. Oh, we don't need to find out background checks, whether or not they got COVID vaccines, whether or not they're carrying drugs or cartels or young children or whatever they're smuggling in. No. We welcome them all in. But now they're there. Do you like your town now? Do you feel like your town's safer? This is not anti-Mexico.
No.
This is anti-illegal immigrant.
Listen.
And you have to understand, why do you call them illegal immigrants?
Because they've illegally come over the border.
The key word is in illegal.
Yep.
It's nothing against immigration. I love immigrants. I think the best people, some of the hardest working, best, kindest people, and by the way, also vote Republican, are immigrants. So if you're a Republican, you want to know what you want more of? Immigrants, because they're going to vote red because they want guns. And they're fleeing from socialist cities and communist countries. They don't want to be there because guess what? They suck.
Well, see, here's the thing, and this is the thing that everybody wants to hang on this. You gotta love the liberals if they ain't nothing else, they're consistent. Okay, they love to pull at the heartstrings and be like, "Oh, well, it's just a family coming across." And Republicans look at them as they say all Mexicans are evil. No,
nope.
We never said that.
Never will.
Okay, and we never will. What we will say is if you have come into this country the wrong way, not coming in the right door, not coming in legally. If you've come in, anybody who crosses our border illegally, you're automatically a criminal. That may sound harsh, but you've started day one in this country
as a criminal. Yep, you broke our laws.
And you broke our laws. If you really wanted to come here and be a good citizen, if you really wanted to be here and be a productive citizen in this country, went through the door that said enter here.
Here's a great example. Going to China illegal. Let me know how that works out for you. Good luck.
Go to Sweden illegal.
Any country.
Look at how that works for you.
Any country.
Yep.
Going to any country illegally.
And for you Democrats who love to say,
I'm going to Canada.
All you Democrats, it takes 10 years to become a citizen.
Good luck. They're not going to let you in either.
All these Democrats and liberals.
You ain't coming back.
You can't get in. They won't let you.
Liberals who love to say, walls are evil, they don't work. I'll tell you what. You know who has a wall to the south? Do you know who has a wall in their southern border? No. Do you know who has a wall in their southern border?
Mexico.
Whoa. So and just so you know, we're going to sidestep some things because it was said today. But good old Little Miss Knee Pads herself, Kamala Harris. Okay.
He's trying. He's really trying.
I'm trying to be nice.
You're not. No, you're not.
Okay.
You're just not.
She came on and said that, honest to God, did an interview. It was either the last couple of days or over the weekend. And was like, we care about the border. And we're just dealing with all the holes and everything that's down there. Because, this woman, I'm telling you, the circles she talks.
The president is troubled. We know.
Yeah, she is trouble.
She's troubled. She's got a really dark past.
And then there were some other things that happened that were they keep wanting to talk. Bad things.
Yeah, this is the bad stuff.
Got to talk about bad things that happened.
Yep.
The FBI, who is above reproach, along with the other 3-letter organizations in this country, whom we shall never question because they are always right. They went down with the best of intentions into Florida and graciously and kindly took away things from the Mar-a-Lago complex where the big bad evil orange Trump
nuclear codes
was planning to do
sell nuclear
things.
Codes. He was going to sell nuclear codes. That's what it was.
Yes, those anti-American 3-letter organizations. I'm sorry, but in my opinion,
look, Look, I'm not
Y'all
worried.
need to be disbanded.
I'm not worried because when an FBI agent shows up with his gun like this, with both his thumbs back behind there, I'm just going to go ahead, pull the trigger. Please.
Oh, wait.
I'm waiting for your thumbs to go this way when that barrel slobs back.
And I've learned some things from watching other podcasters, things you can and cannot say. Not all 87,000 new IRS employees will be armed, but they are getting 87,000 new employees.
Doesn't matter.
Not all of them will be
They're
armed.
just going to be auditing everything and everybody. Oh, you have a cow? We're going to audit your cow. Okay, no problem. Have fun.
You've done something wrong. No, you've done something wrong when they have been auditing and doing things to the Amish who never vote and are now preparing to vote Republican this year because you keep shutting down their businesses with garbage reasons.
Yeah. More bad news. What else?
Amish.
What else is bad?
What else is bad? Well, there was Mar-a-Lago.
I mean, like if you say the T-Man's name in any sentence, every sensor in the world goes off, and then like missiles are pointing at it. So it's not surprising. They're just going to keep going. It's fine.
There's some things that I would love to talk about right now that are bad, but they're going to be focal points to future episodes.
Okay, fair enough.
So I mean, yeah. I mean, where is there that we can go with this? There have been infiltrations in businesses and communities of the transitive kind. Looking like a man, dressing like a woman. Dude looks like a lady.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
No, I got it. I'm just...
Yeah, there have been a lot of that, but the good thing about that is that there's been a lot of these family-friendly drag shows, and I don't mean, shifting gears. And
So you're telling me that there's a bunch of child molesters?
Yes. The way I heard it was three DOPDOs.
Legally allowing people to molest their children and abuse them sexually.
Well, they're not molesting them.
Are you sure?
Well, I mean, the videos are all over YouTube. They're not molesting them. The parents are sitting there with the kid next to them, and the parents are putting dollar bills in and then giving them hugs, and they're just, they're shaking what they wish their mama gave them. And they say it's not provocatively. They're all Disney themed. A lot of them are Disney themed, and they're just dancing for these little kids in open areas. That's the bad thing. The good news is that a lot of people are not happy about this and are.
Gee, I wonder why.
We're going to have an episode.
Some reason could they possibly come up with?
I'll tell you right now. You go online, you look at these YouTube videos. Do you know what's surprisingly in all the videos with these family friendly drag shows? One would say, one would sit there and go, man, I really wonder where the fathers are. Oh, they're there. They're there. A real father would be knocking some people out. That's just me. No
violence.
None.
No violence.
I'd be helping them.
Look, you don't know which one to hit. They're too spirited now. You have to choose left spirit or the right spirit. You want to hit the right one. You don't want to hit the wrong one because then you can make it worse. It's a true thing. Literally, come on.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm not. Look, the alphabet mom's going to keep adding it until it's like everything but heteronorm. Okay.
I mean,
so
there was
whatever.
I mean, this has happened.
Have fun.
Last week. There was the teacher that was telling her students that they were no longer allowed to use the word pedophile, but they had to call them MAPS because they want to do things to a 5-year-old child doesn't mean that we should hold it against them. She's fired. She's fired.
Okay, thank you.
She's fired. Fired, gone.
Oh, there's still some semblance of hope out there.
Fired, gone. Oh, because the student recorded it and put it on YouTube.
Yay!
And then there's
Did YouTube tear it down?
No. Then there's people doing the whole yeet the teats, because they want to gender, switch our kids.
This is so bad.
Oh yeah.
What is wrong? 3 months.
It's only been 3 months.
It's only been 3 months. What did you do?
Oh yeah, right. Wait.
Did you crash the DeLorean?
Wait. The best one.
Doc and Marty, you're stuck. You screwed up.
What I really want to
look at the photo. It's literally turning into Vietnam.
No. What I really want to know is y'all leave a comment. You tell me if this is good news or bad news. Good news or bad news?
Keyword.
Over Labor Day weekend, in order for Californians to, they were asked not to charge their vehicles unless they were going to use a gas-powered generator. Dead serious.
You gotta remember, California is trying to go green, and they've said all these things. By the way, by 2035,
yep.
they will not sell another.
Not another gas car.
No gas cars will be sold in California.
Yep. But
good luck with that.
Labor Day weekend.
Good luck with that.
Just this year of buying Teslas and everything else that they got. Okay, just this year, people buying their electric cars. Over Labor Day weekend, they were told not at all to charge their vehicles at all Labor Day weekend because it was going to cause blackouts. And now every day, even after Labor Day, they're telling people they can't. After 4 p.m., they're not allowed to charge their car. And they need to turn their air conditioning up to 75.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
dude, we ain't making this up.
This is real. This is 100% real.
That solar power and that wind power is
hydro energy
really well. And then you're still going to get that gas generator. Oh, that's right. The gas generators that later this year will become illegal in California.
But don't worry, they'll have a gas car driving out there to charge your Tesla.
So what you're telling me is that I need to visit California before it falls off the face of the earth.
No, it already is. What you don't see is because of all the poo on the streets, it's slowly going to... No, dude. There's an app.
Of course there's an app.
You know how we have Waze? They have no Waze. It literally tells you where all the homeless traffic is. It's like, you want to get into this corridor? No, you don't want to take that corridor because that one's literally covered with fecal matter, homeless people, and heroin. You want to make a right, but that's going to take me 3.5 hours. Or you can go through that way if you want.
And they have
no ways. Look, it's free. I'm not going to lie. No. It's a free idea. Waze app, I'm giving it to you. Make it. Just for California only. I'm sure it'll pop off. I'm guaranteed. I'm guaranteeing you guys will make tons of money. I can guarantee it.
Dude, and again, 3 months.
Look at $1.99 for the app. Everybody would make money.
2 years?
Wait. That's not even the creme de la creme of all of it. Apparently, Hitler was raised from the dead last week in front of Philadelphia when Herr Brandon
that was so bad.
Did his Nazi anti-American,
it was so bad.
Anti-Trump.
Just the visuals alone were so bad, and it was so bad that as CNN was airing it live,
trying to lower the
they
color
literally were color adjusting
the
feed in order to get it from the red. And it was shot in Philadelphia. It was shot in front of Independence Hall. And what's really sad is that Independence Hall was lit up with red lights and blue lights. But because the way the camera was focused,
nobody saw the blue.
Nobody saw the blue. It was just red with two Marines in the back that looked like they were like black soldiers, like silhouetted soldiers in the back, and the flag was in the middle. And you have what do we call him? Former Vice President Joe Biden. I keep forgetting.
Former Vice President Poopy Pants.
Respect the office. That when you get to this scene, he's up on this podium, and it's just this staunchly dark red background with this dark black background behind him, and it's
apparently
just, I'm like, did he come out to the presidential speech, or did he come out to the death march from Star Wars? It was that serious. Somebody sent me a meme. It was literally like they subbed out him and put Palpatine in there. I'm like, Yeah, actually, it almost looked like that.
And what's screwed up is that forget Trump is in there. What he said in that speech, forget the mentioning of Trump. If you disagree with anything they believe, you are automatically an extremist.
Semi-fascist.
You are semi-fascist. Not
made up term.
fascist.
Semi-fascist.
Semi-fascist.
It's a real thing.
Y'all need to look up the dictionary
of fascism.
For fascism. That is where the government and business work together to control the people. Yeah, when you want free enterprise like Trump, that's not fascism.
Yeah. When you want social media to literally stop allowing people to have the freedom of speech to speak their mind, and you want those companies, Google, YouTube, that's the same thing. Twitter, Facebook, Meta, all those companies, and you want to tell those companies what they can and cannot actually publish and put up. Yeah, that's a bit of problem. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Here we go. He's got it right here. A person who is extremely authoritarian, intolerant.
Incontinent?
You hate people.
Wait, did you say incontinent?
No, intolerant.
Okay, because I was going to say, because Joe Biden is definitely incontinent.
If you're intolerant, what that means is to be intolerant. Wouldn't you say that somebody saying that, they're no longer going to stand for Americans believing a certain way or believing in a certain belief system, you're just over it, you're not going to deal with it anymore because they're extremists? That would be considered intolerant.
All right, hold on. What do you have up here? Go to the top. Is this Wikipedia?
No.
On the other side, it is Wikipedia. All right, yeah. No offense. All right, look, I hate Wikipedia. Wikipedia is terrible. Wikipedia is terrible. Wait. That's not what's funny. Like, they can say far right. Look, that's fine. Go to the very bottom. Explore more. What does it say? No, go up. Nazism, communism, anti-fascism, nationalism, socialism.
Yeah, y'all do.
Look, I'm sorry. That's just funny to me right there, okay?
You do know the word Nazi stands for the National Socialistic Party. Socialism, key word.
Look, it's just funny to me that you got people who are pushing socialism down your throat, not paying attention that that's communistic and fascist. Because socialism doesn't work unless you have a dictator.
Yep.
Sorry, it just doesn't, folks. It really doesn't.
And even if you have the most purest of individuals, the best-hearted, the person who loves all people, as the leader of your communist party, the first go-around,
the next guy
is going to be a moiterer.
Yeah. That's like when everybody's like, oh, let's tear down the filibuster because they don't like it right now. Okay, but what happens when you're no longer in charge? Whoopsie.
Here we go. I mean, Marxist, evil person, but his theory was that socialism is a transitional social state between the overthrow of capitalism and the realization of communism.
Yep.
In other words, it's the bridge between the two. Actually, I would say downward spiral through the toilet.
Well, because communism's worked in how many places? Just give me one. Utah, give me two. Give me one. Just give me two. Anyone. Can you give me anything?
California.
I said worked. Because clearly it's working if I can't use my brand new Tesla car and charge it because I can't use it. I have to get a gas generator to do it.
Wait. How do you know it hasn't worked?
History books.
Are those people here anymore?
Do you want me to hurt you? You really trying to get punched tonight? I'll punch your second one.
No, what I'm saying
is... Which spirit's the dumb one? Let me punch it.
What I'm saying is that maybe it worked out the way it was supposed to. They're no longer here.
China. Although not in every country, socialism has worked in China for several years.
Except they're communist, not socialistic.
No, wait. Hold on. Do you want to know why this has to say that China is the only place that it actually worked? Is because if it doesn't, Winnie the Pooh's going to be mad. You can't get Winnie the Pooh mad.
This is Microsoft Bing. This isn't Google.
Oh, it does. They're all the same. They're all in bed with China. Yep. Come on. Are you
China, a dirty whore.
China? It's China. Okay, just Joe Biden's doing real good against China too. By the way, that's all he's working on. And
let's see, we're about to let Taiwan become part of China.
And Russia, Ukraine looks like about to flip the tide. That seems like it's kind of interesting. Although I don't think either of them winning or losing is good for.
So, but wait,
it's not good at all.
Wait. If the garbage,
it's just not good.
If one garbage heap takes over another garbage heap, does the garbage heap actually win?
Look, all I can see is the dumpster fire.
And I'm saying from either side.
It's still a dumpster fire. Either way. Look, I'm just glad they didn't go, hey, where's that nuclear reactor plant at? Let's shoot a couple scuds at that and see how that goes. That seems like a good idea.
No, and look, we're going to keep sending. It's okay. We have to protect the Biden underground mafia and send money to the Ukraine. So they're going to get lots and lots of money because that's how they wash the blood off of the money that Biden sent there to begin with.
It's a bunch of garbage. It's trash. I'm not calling
it money laundering.
Get it off the screen.
Money laundering.
Get it off the screen.
No, if you're going to do trash heap, you got to do Fraggle Rock. Come on.
It's all bad. Look, 3 months. A lot of bad things have happened. We're going to talk about them. Some good things have happened.
We have got these last few episodes. I mean, we're done the first week of December.
Yep.
All right. These next bunch of episodes, we're going to come in a little harder than normal. To quote probably one. I mean, I don't know about these guys when it comes to wrestling, but one of my favorite wrestlers to watch. Enough is enough, and it's about to change. It's time to change. Owen Hart. Enough is enough. And we're going to talk about these things. There's been crap going on. We have a very important election coming up in November. This is the midterms.
A lot of states do.
We need to bring on the red wave. Actually, we need the red typhoon. We need the red. You know what? We need? We need the second coming of Noah's flood red edition. Okay, this is what we need.
No.
Take back the rainbow, baby. Anyway, but we need to fix things, and there's other things we're going to talk about. And as always, we're going to come at it from not only the political way, but we're going to come at it from the biblical way. You may not like what we have to say, especially here on live. We are going to show you that no matter what is going on, and yes, we can see it, we can see what's going on and all that stuff, that there is a huge amount of, let's just say it, demonic energy and demonic forces doing things in this country that are putting things in situations, and people are more worried about skin color and political party affiliations. As much as I say that I'm a Republican, I'm also very much a libertarian, but I'm a Christian first. And if you don't line up with what my Bible says, I ain't voting for you. End of story. You can go suck on a dead dog's nose. All right? Listen, you rude, crude dude, pack of pre-chew food. Yes, I memorized a lot of those ones. We are going to talk about a lot of these things. We're going to have wait, what are you typing?
You do you.
Yeah, I'm nosy. We're gonna hit things a little harder. We're gonna try to get a few people in here for interviews. We definitely have one lined up at the end of November. Not gonna tell you about it, but very important person. Gonna get her in here to talk about what she's been up to for the last couple of years.
Talking about.
Yes, you should. If you don't, couch is yours. Way to burn the league. But anyway, we're gonna try to talk about try to get a couple other people in here, but we're gonna talk about things that are gonna probably piss a lot of people off, and quite frankly, I really don't care.
No.
But we're also gonna do it in love, and
that doesn't sound. You're not convincing me.
Listen, if you get offended by what you say,
I'm highly offended by what you just said.
Then be offended.
Fine, I will.
Okay.
Well, yeah, there.
It's not illegal for me to offend you.
But no, it's not. It's
also not a bad thing. You're not going to catch a disease. You're not going to be like, oh no, he said Jesus jokes, and now I'm offended, so now I've got cancer. No, that isn't how it works.
I'm here for your pieces.
Oh,
Look,
man.
I'm just saying. No, seriously, you're hitting all the hot buttons, but don't forget to really be open and honest about something really in particular that I think is true here. When we're talking about like coming at people hot and heavy and all this stuff, really what we're doing is we're bringing truth. And you know what? Unfortunately, that's a hot button object now. You can't talk about things that are true and honest, and you can't be real with people. You can't speak the truth. You can't tell people like this is really what happened. Like everything is in revisionist history now. Everything is being backlogged. Now
it's not my truth.
Well, no, like now, Caitlyn Jenner won gold medals. No, she didn't. Sorry.
And she was also Woman of the Year.
Bruce Jenner won medals.
And she was also Woman of the Year.
Right. So
while still having her twigs and berries.
But here's the thing. Again, I'm not against
what? That is a perfectly acceptable way of saying that. Don't laugh at me like that.
I'm not against him becoming Caitlyn. Right? I'm not against that. You do what you want to do with your life. That's your personal choice. I don't have to agree with you.
You want to be a non-binary toaster? I'm okay with it.
I am not telling you can't do that. But you cannot tell me that Caitlyn Jenner won those medals. No. Bruce did. That's who won. He is a guy. He competed.
Who's that one on the Netflix show?
He competed.
She played in a movie where she was.
He competed in men's sports, and as a man, he won. And you know what? I'm fine with that. And afterwards, you decided I don't want to be a guy anymore. I want to be a girl. Fine. Look, that's you. That's up to you. Look, I think there are a lot of times where people go through stuff. And I believe a lot of people have heavy, heavy, heavy things that they go through, whether it's drugs, alcoholism, hard life decisions, things that have gone on in their life that's really hurt them, made them have to deal with things that they maybe mentally were not prepared for. And so how do you deal with it? You deal with it in your own personal way. You figure it out. Okay, fine. But that doesn't mean you get to change the truth. The truth needs to still remain. That is the one thing. So when you're saying all this stuff, I just want to be clear and tell everybody, look, what you're going to get here is just the truth.
Yep.
And
we're going to make some jokes, and we're going to laugh about it.
We are not the fact police. We're not going to sit here and pull out every single piece of paper document, put it out here, wave it in front of your faces,
and tell you. If I had the time, I would.
Look.
He knows I would do it.
Look, we research stuff to a point where we go, look, we are not coming here and broadcasting to everybody to say, hey, you need to use us as a valid source of your news input for the day. No.
If we can just get you to think about things just a little bit differently.
Well, not just think about stuff, but really what we are as the corner of church and state, the objective is to give you two perspectives that for so long have been on two separate sides of the aisle. And we're trying to get you to realize they're not. Mm-hmm. They're together. And if you get that much, then we've done our job. That's truly the part. Because truth on the political aisle and truth from God's perspective in this country is what makes it all work.
Yep.
And the second we start taking truth out in A or B, this is where we are. We're stuck. And now we have a bunch of liars in office, and we have a bunch of liars in the church who are giving you false doctrines from both pulpits, and the people are confused more than they ever have been.
Yep.
So if we can do one thing, and that's really what our objective is to start getting people to look at the truth. Just look at the truth.
Yep.
You don't have to like it. You don't have to agree with it even. But just look at it and acknowledge it exists.
All right, guys. This has been our... Guys, I've been glad to be back. I'm happy to be back. I don't know about you, but I am excited to be back.
I'm excited that this is live.
Yes, right, the live.
This is so cool.
We've got our friend in here, another friend in here with us doing this, helping me out, doing all this stuff, putting up with my shenanigans when it comes to being a Luddite.
It's okay.
But, listen, we thank you for being here. Thank you for putting up with this. Thank you for your patience. I'm glad to be back. I know these guys are as well. two quick little things before we go. Number one, you go into the description of this episode, you'll find a Linktree address, and that has all things that have to do with church and state, and you can click on that and follow where we're at. I am going to tell you that in the coming months, we will start having merch, so keep an eye out on that. So that's where you can get me on Facebook, Twitter, Tiki-Taki, whatever you want. All right. Now, this man right here, if you want to catch him, there is one way to catch him, and that is you go to streamsoflife.com.
I don't run fast.
All right. I actually believe that that's in the Linktree as well. Okay.
Cool.
So you go to streamsoflife.com, and you go in there and you can listen to his messages. It's also got his email address. So if you have any questions for him.
I don't know. Does it have my email address?
On the website, yes, I do believe it does, so they can contact you. Anyway, you can listen to old messages. And if you happen to be in southern New Jersey on Sunday, if you happen to be in southern New Jersey on a Sunday morning and would like to fellowship with people who would welcome you with open arms and where you can actually get some truth from the Word of God, then come to our church. And you go onto that website, and you can get the address to our building, and you can come in and we will welcome you with open arms, and we will be glad to see you and to worship with you.
Look, we're in New Jersey. I'll give you that much.
Yes.
But you already knew that because we said that already.
So you can check those places out, go there, and do that. And until next week, we are coming back next week. Yeah, we do usually do this every other week.
And we will be after next week.
Next week puts us back on track. Next week, we are going to be talking about the importance of voting and why we need to fight like hell for everything. Because the other side is fighting. We need to as well. Huh?
Why like hell? Fight like heaven. We're better. We already beat him anyway. Yes.
Fight like heaven. Right? All right. So,
like gladiators.
Y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe out there. Y'all have some fun. And we'll see you back here on the corner of church and state where there is no separation. Peace.
God bless.
America, your freedom ain't free in America. Got soldiers dying overseas, so America.